Hey, what's up, guys? This is the 49ers podcast without no name, but next year we're going to have a name, just like we're going to have a new quarterback. So we'll have everything squared away. We got uh, Ashawn next in the building. We got Montana the Rice, and we got Aaron coming soon. And let's get started, man. This is, at the end of the last podcast, I said we're going to do our victory podcast. And yeah, no victory, but I was trying to be heartbroken by that loss. I'm like, man, we should have made the interception. So what's y'all reactions to that last game against the Rams?
They all the things we said they needed to do didn't get done. We didn't run the ball. We did rush the passer, but the Rams adjusted. They went with quick passes, getting the ball out of his hand. He wasn't standing back there a lot, trying to go deep all the time. And their defense stepped up and stopped our run game. And Kyle didn't, which I suspected, he didn't trust Jimmy, which isn't his game. They didn't trust him to try to stretch the field or throw too many times. And we lost.
And that's something, not to trust your QB.
Yeah. There's a big debate on my group, and I see some other posts. Most people either think Jimmy's trash or they're apologists and they're trying to, Trey's not ready. He's probably going to be a bust, that type of deal. Shanahan and Lynch, as soon as they made that deal, and I go further, closer, as soon as they drafted him and they had their first interviews, they said it. He's going to, we'll let him compete, but Jimmy's going to be our quarterback. We think we can make a run. This kid has the it factor, but he didn't play for a year. Let him sit. Everything really, regardless of all the noise from us 40 whiner fans, went according to what they've been saying all along. We're going to bring him along, let him sit, let him learn, and we're going to make this run. They made a run as close as you can get without getting to the Super Bowl. And that's all you could have asked for from Jimmy. Plus the fact that Jimmy was hurt. Let's face it, he had torn ligaments, but he toughed it out. And, we're Jaquiski Tart interception away from winning it. Remember, Montana in the Super Bowl against the Bengals threw it right into the DB's hand. He didn't catch it. The next play, Joe made him pay for it, and the Rams did, any good, decent NFL quarterback's going to do that to you. Oh, you let me off the hook. I'm not going to do it again.
Except for Colin Kaepernick in that championship game against Seahawks with Richard Sherman. He threw the same pass twice. Yeah,
twice, and they should have gave it to Gore. Oh my God. They should have gave it to Gore. He's too bad he didn't see Vernon wide open. Yeah, it happens, I'm
gonna beat you, Richard.
Yeah. See, I never trusted Seahawks I never trusted Jack Hacksaw Reynolds. Yeah. Okay. And he played damn good for us, but it was always in my head. He was a Ram. I don't trust him.
Infiltrator. Yeah.
Marquez Pope, never trusted him 100%. I never trusted a former Ram. What's his name? At the
That's
end
how much you despise the Rams.
Yeah, the wide receiver.
Players to come up. Yeah.
Not Torrey Holt, the other one.
Oh yeah, Torrey never played for us.
The other one, Isaac Holt. Yeah, Isaac Bruce.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, his last year he played for us.
Oh yeah, he did. Wasn't a
this was we sucked. It was like 15-16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
This was 15-16.
I do remember that.
He was done.
It was bad.
It was bad. We were bad. But anyway, it's sad we lost. As much as I hate to say it, the Rams did what they were supposed to do. They needed to do to beat us. And on to next year.
Yeah, and go Bengals.
Yeah.
So what are the things that what we did well during the year and what things we need to improve on? Now, we've been talking about things they need to improve on for the entire season. So we pretty much know what it is. But if you're thinking about possible trades or draft picks to help us where we're weak at, give me your opinion about that, Dad.
Well, again, Jimmy. That's why I was rooting so hard. It was no scenario short of Jimmy taking a pay cut, which
he's going to be
most players would have beat him up for doing, for him being there. He could have been the MVP of the Super Bowl. That just would have made it a first round pick, you know, in the trade. But he was going to be traded. That's just the way it is. You know, remember they traded Nick Foles, all right, and he was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So, you know, we cannot afford it. They're already talking about Nick Bosa being the first $30 million a year non-quarterback. Wow. Yeah. So we're looking at about 150 mil. Debo has to be signed. Mm-hmm. He's starting to look like a generational talent. Mm-hmm. You know, so even though Lynch said they've already budgeted for him, you know, we had to sign them. Jimmy's going to be traded. It's just a matter of where. I think they'll respect him enough to try to send him to at least a team that has a decent team. You know, not Houston, you know, or not whoever else might need it. You know,
like how he was when he was traded to the 49ers, you know, they gave him a good deal.
Right.
The Patriots didn't have to do that for him. So
I
guess he's have a good personality where they don't really want to F you over like that.
Right. And look what we did with Alex. Mm-hmm. You know, so it can be that's number one trade. I've heard a couple of writers mention maybe Mike McGlinchey or Dre Greenlaw being traded. We're too early in, I think, outside of Jimmy to know who they're going to trade. The thing they need to do after trading Jimmy is re-sign Debo and Bosa. I would love to see them sign Ekuban and Key, and you know, if they take some team-friendly deals, they may even re-sign Verrett. You know, since he's damaged goods. Well, let's face it. You know, he may take when healthy, he was our best right. So we still may do that. I still believe, until they show me otherwise, that Ambry Thomas is going to be in our future. Remember, he didn't play in 2020. He skipped a year. He took the COVID protocol. So, and he was a rookie, and he was thrown in there before he was ready. So despite all that, he started looking better and better. And he was going to have it rough against Cooper Kupp. Every cornerback had a rough time against Cooper Kupp. Mm-hmm. Okay, Cooper Kupp has proven this year that he's the best receiver out there, you know.
And so who wouldn't want to take on that challenge as a DB?
Exactly. So
kudos to him.
You know, as a rookie, he looked decent to me. And I keep screwing his name up, Lenoir, Laminor Lenoir. You know, we got him back there. So I don't know for a fact that they're going to go after a shutdown corner in the draft, you know, but they might. Could be improvements would be the defensive backfield and the offensive line. Those are the two I would like to see them, you know, get really solid with. I don't believe they want to they don't want to revamp the offensive line. They'd like to keep Lakeland Tomlinson, but he may have priced himself out of re-signing with us. Yeah. They like to keep, you know, well, they'd like Burke, our second round pick. They'd like him to beat out Brunskill. He didn't even hardly get on the field this year. Hopefully he's not a bust like Garnett. Remember Garnett? the guard we drafted. So we haven't had a lot of luck drafting guards outside of Upati.
Oh yeah, Upati. Yeah.
Right, and he wasn't a great pass protector.
Just decent. Yeah.
Right. This guy Burke is a better pass protector. As big as he is, he's better at pass protecting than run blocking. But maybe it's because of the zone block, and they need more agile linemen. That's why a lot of people question why we drafted him, because he's a big bull type guard like Upati, only he's a better pass protector than he is a run blocker. So they'll probably work with him in the offseason. They already know what coaches already know what they have. They know what these guys can and can't do, and they coach around that. D'Amico Ryans, we saw it. He knew that we were weak in the secondary, so he redesigned the defense to try and protect them. That's all you could do. But of course, smart offensive coordinators are going to peep that out and counters, and that's the coaching aspect of it. But talent-wise, they know if these guys could do what they brought them in to do. So we've got a really good, solid talent base, but the offensive line could be improved. The defensive backfield obviously can be improved. And we need to really, and we proved it both positively and negatively, how important special teams are.
Yeah.
But we need to get real solid with special teams. On the plus side, we've already made a move. We've got, I don't know, brothers. Lynn. He used to be the Chargers coach.
Oh, Anthony Lynn's.
Yeah, I heard about
Anthony
that.
Lynn. We just made him our assistant coach.
Yep.
So, and he's definitely that's big news, and he's a defensive type guy. So that'll only help us with our strength.
Yeah, that's a good move right there, because the defense is going to be stronger. Now you got Trey Lance in there. We're going to see what he's about. And, I believe this season is going to be the one. This is going to be do or die right here.
Yep. I don't know if they're still on YouTube, but they had a good 5 or 6 North Dakota. I think he went North Dakota State games on. And I watched him. I watched the full games. He didn't throw a lot, but he's got a strong arm.
Oh, yeah, I did look at some of his footage.
Right.
Yeah, him and Justin Fields.
Yeah, their offense is real similar to Kyle Shanahan. Run, and we pass when we want to pass, and not when you want us to pass. So that's the type of offense he's used to. But we'll see what he's learned, watching. And then the whole off season, he's the guy that's going to get all the reps. And in football, that's what's important, getting all the reps.
And building chemistry, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure. Go ahead.
Well, I noticed from the game last week, it's like we were no threat when it came to passing. The passing game the threat was basically non-existent. So, of course, they forced us to run, and I just didn't believe in it, the pass like that. And even the passes we did make, big plays, I was shocked by it. So, yeah.
They can hit. I said it in the tweet. In the text earlier in the week. A stronger arm quarterback with accuracy, and that's mobile, is going to take the offense to a whole nother level. There'll be a whole other level.
It's a threat.
If Trey is what they've been saying that he could be, if he's got the strong, accurate arm, and he can make all the throws, and then using his mobility, Kyle Shanahan has the offense. He just has been looking for the person to execute it.
Yeah.
Switch to Kansas City with Alex Smith. They made playoff runs with Alex.
Mm-hmm.
They won a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That offense with basically the same players went to a whole nother level with him. And that's why I think Shanahan, they're taking that shot. They took a big swing, and that's what they're hoping for. So if it's a home run, we're going to be looking at a very potent offense with
A great defense.
a great defense. That'll be even a year more into it. So that's what I'm looking at: offensive line, defensive backfield, and our special teams as far as improving.
Yep. We're gonna need
And
to
trades would be Jimmy, and anything else is speculate. That's going to happen. That was going to happen. As soon as they drafted Trey, we knew. In fact, when they traded for the pick, we knew they were going to get a quarterback.
Yeah, and I was even shocked. So it was like, ooh, they already had it planned.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, he's limited. And it sucks because, he's a great leader, it seems like. Stays cool.
Well, he's limited. He's limited for Kyle's offense.
Yeah, but can't.
He's limited for that.
I love the slants and stuff, but for key moments when you need to have a little bit of mobility and have the arm to get the ball where you need it to go, like they never saw him as a threat. So you just play 8 in the box. It's tough. I'm not even surprised. I knew eventually they would try to adjust and make it work. So, and again, like how you guys were saying, those key plays, we would be talking about something different. Like Maurice is saying, if you got the interception, and
game over.
Throw the one. And It's weird because we lost from our 2 weaknesses, the DB and the QB, just like how Green Bay lost from their special teams. It's not shocking.
Yep.
You can't be upset. You
It's
already
playoffs.
knew that. Yeah,
you had the 2 best teams in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
They were the last 2. So you had 14 other teams that weren't there. So complaining about Jimmy when he got you there, he got you further than 14 other teams. Got you, and they had Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Guess what? They didn't make it.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott didn't make it. Who's another great NFC? Russell Wilson didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So say what you will, Jimmy is a very capable quarterback. I just don't want him in the NFC.
Yeah. Can't be another threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy G's a great backup quarterback.
I think he's a starter.
Yeah.
He's a great backup quarterback. You're right, but he's a starter.
Quarterback. He's an elite backup quarterback.
Yeah. Carolina needs a quarterback. I don't know if he would want to go there.
No, get destroyed.
The Washington Commanders.
Commanders, they need
one. They need one. They need
that's their new name now?
Yeah, the Commies.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The Washington Commies.
Commies, yeah, it's like
Commanders. Oh.
Never give up, never surrender. Yeah, it's like
Okay. That's a cool
well, they
name.
tried. Who knows? He may pick up. They may have a good logo, and it may work.
The Washington January 6th.
Now don't put that on them.
The 49ers, they got the 1-6ers. That'd be a cool name.
Yeah. I don't think that would have got a lot of traction.
But anyway, your mascot would be that guy. What was he wearing? A beaver outfit?
Yeah.
They should do that though. They should do that.
Yeah.
Call them the 1-6ers. Get their mascot would be some.
Yeah. By the way, Allegiant Stadium is really, really nice. We went to the East-West Shrine game, and we had I got VIP tickets, the club level tickets. I mean, and so all the food and drink was included. So they got an area down there, club level, and I had New York steak and salad. But they had pizza, they had salads, they had sandwiches. The beer and the wine was free, but you had to pay for hard liquor. But all the beer and wine was free. You could actually stand outside the club and stand there, and they had a little platform, and you could watch the game there instead of going up to your seat.
And that's that's how like the new stadiums are designed. There's the same situation in set up in SoFi. So everyone knows you pay $80 for your little nosebleed, and you go to the lobby area at the bar, and you drink, and you get a better view, which it works out for everyone. Yeah. But then there's the parking. It's crazy.
nobody of note that I saw watching that game. Well, a couple of the quarterbacks, but yeah.
Are you talking about the Pro Bowl?
No, that's tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm talking about the East-West Shrine game. It's a college all-star game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, things with the Pro Bowl was more interesting and more enjoyable to watch is the accuracy drill thing when the quarterbacks go do the accuracy drill thing. This is a skill competition.
Yeah, I don't watch the Pro Bowl. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched the Pro Bowl.
The actual game sucks, but the skill competitions are what I like to watch.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's like the NBA All-Star. The skills and I don't even watch the dunk contest anymore.
Oh yeah, they lost.
I watch the skills. I'll watch the rising stars, and that's it. And I don't even watch the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Not that big a deal to me anymore.
The last 5 years, it hasn't been that good. It was good when LeBron was in Cleveland and Stephen Curry was in Golden State. Used to go heavy back and forth on the East and West.
Yeah,
that was good. But now they do a draft, so it's different. But
yeah,
they'll adjust.
I may or may not peek in, but as far as sitting there, it's not that entertaining because they're not playing any D. And so yeah. Anyway, that was just an aside. I'll start doing my draft assessments.
Yes, that's what
looking at DBs. We got to wait for the Jimmy G trade to see what kind of draft picks we get and whatever other deals they make. By the way, Lynch said that they were already budgeted for Debo and Bosa.
And that's what you do when you're a GM or you work in management is you do your budgets
ahead of time.
You have the 1 year, 5 year, 10 year.
Yep. So they've already got some game plans in place, I'm sure. As far as that, as long as we get them both back, I'm happy. No way you should let either of those players go. And they can't franchise both of them. And they may end up doing that. They may franchise. If things get tight, that's the worst case. They'll sign one and franchise the other.
And make adjustments from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like how you could see, like how you people were saying, oh, they gave up all these draft picks for Trey. And like how you're telling me, like they already knew what they were doing because now they're like, well, we're going to be traded for Jimmy. So we're going to get some draft picks back.
Yeah,
so
they're going to get something back.
Now.
It may only be a third,
yeah,
or a fourth, but they'll get something, and they'll lose that cap hit. That's the thing for them. Their thinking was we want to go in a different direction as far as quarterback, even though he's very capable. We want something. We want something. He's like John. I keep remembering him saying, "Trey just has it." We're going to find out if he has it, Again, a lot of the people, younger people mainly on the groups complaining about, well, they should have put Trey in. He couldn't have been no worse than Jimmy. Yeah, he was worse than Jimmy. He actually was worse than Jimmy because he doesn't know the full playbook. And the playbook that's going to be available to him is not the playbook that Jimmy was playing out of.
It's going to be adjusted, yeah.
Right, because there was a lot of plays that Jimmy couldn't do that Trey is supposed to be able to do, and that's what we're going to find out, But
and then like how I tell people about when they talk about Kaepernick, that's when you always felt like you were in the game when you had Kaepernick in because you never knew what he could do, and he could be a game changer. And that was what we're missing with Jimmy. Yes, he can make those throws, those slants, but when it came down to it, where you need those miracle plays, like jumping on 1 foot and throwing it with just just those great plays, athleticism comes in, and it's just a talent. So you can't, it's hard. But
and that takes reps. He has to get acclimated because that's an instinct play. He needs to have the playbook so ingrained and have, so much repetition that all that's just natural to him, that all the playbook. Then your instincts and your it factor kicks in and you could do those things, but you still have to be fully aware, of where everybody's supposed to be, So that shouldn't be every play. if he's doing that every play, then we got
Worried.
problems.
Yeah,
Well,
we got problems.
We've got problems with the offensive line.
Yeah. If
Or-
he's
or
gonna
him-
take like every play, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want that. You want it for that, you know. And so I'm optimistic. I think that they made the right choice. He's big, you know.
You don't want him be abused as a running back.
Yep.
Yeah.
They laud him being highly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that means a lot because he's going to get questioned by certain demographics, you know, regardless, you know, and they'll always be trying to compare him to Cap. You know, my thing about Cap was that once Harbaugh was gone, he had no support.
Yeah.
So
that's really true. That is so true. Like,
they threw him, and you know, Chip Kelly threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
You know, remember he was saying, well, he'll play when he's healthy. Well, he was healthy. He just didn't want to play him.
Yeah, see, people forget about that coaching change. You're correct.
Yeah, 2 coaching changes. Tom Sula and him. And so they purposely kind of
sabotagery.
Yeah. Yeah. They you know. But anyway, it's over, it's done, Cap's on.
I still watch the highlights. You know, one of my favorite ones, Dad, is the one with the Annette's not there. So the one is the Bears, and my top ones are going against the Packers. They're just too much fun to watch. I'm sorry.
That first pass against them that Monday night, as soon as he threw that pass to, I can't think of the guy's name, but I was like, it's over for Alex.
Yeah.
Because Alex could never make that
finally
throw.
Got one.
He could not make that throw. You know, and I would take Alex today, you know, for the right, you know, circumstances. But no, he can't make that throw. You know, Joe Montana couldn't make that throw.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
We have that run.
But it's over, and now we got Trey.
Yeah.
And I don't know who they're going to sign as a backup.
That's going to be an interesting talk too. Yeah. Because it's like, ooh, who would you?
Well, it'll be a veteran. You know, somebody like a Andy Dalton, a Tyrod Taylor. You know, guys like that, and, or dang it. Brissett, Jacoby Brissett.
Oh yeah,
those type of guys. Maybe not them, but the guys like that have been around. You know, that know their role now. So okay, this is what I am now. You know, Andy Dalton is what Maurice was saying Jimmy is.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great backup, but you don't want him carrying the team.
Yeah, you can't carry. And what about on a side note, because of our division, do you think the Seahawks will trade Russell?
They might. If
I
they
don't
decide
mind if they do for the good of the division.
Yeah, they might, just because they want to, you know, rewind and restart. But I don't know what their thinking is. You know, they definitely will get a lot. They definitely will get a lot for him. He's absolutely a first rounder.
Yeah.
At least.
And I'm so curious because, like, would they treat him right? Like how we're talking about our organization would try to treat you right, like when they try to do a trade, if they like you. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, well,
they're rebuilding.
Yeah, he's in a position to where he can say, "I ain't going there. I'm not going to play there."
Yeah, I'm not. Who's the guy from the Texans still trying to get out?
Sean Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they totally, yeah. All of a sudden, Russell will be an abuser.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this stuff comes up. You know, wait a minute, he's been doing this for years, and now y'all coming out just after he's demanding the trade. And all of a sudden that comes up, you know. But I don't know. I'm not in the man's head. I wasn't in them rooms with him. So he either did it or he didn't. But either way, he's screwed.
Yeah.
You know. But no, I don't think they'll do him like that. But there's a lot of teams that can use him.
Send him to the AFC. Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of teams that can use him. AFC, Pittsburgh would definitely could use him.
Oh yeah, because they have a good
organization.
management.
Period. Yeah. The Colts could finally, they can decide to dump Wentz.
Yeah,
somewhere like that. Yeah, I wish him well. You know,
he's a great quarterback.
If he's gone, I wish him well if he's gone.
Yeah.
I
And a
wish
happy
him nothing
life.
but humiliation and
Yeah.
degradation if he stays.
Yeah. I mean, we just gotta get that monkey off our back. Those are 2 wins. I mean, that's like 2 games. That helps you out in your playoff push. So
Yep. But yeah, we're looking good. I think we're looking good. It's going to be interesting to see what moves they make because we
Mostly
are
should be
cap.
coming back, right?
Okay.
Or is it going to take a year to?
If
really
he was only a 1 year contract,
Oh,
so they'll have to resign. If somebody else wants to pay for him, we're not.
but he's explosive.
I understand. So is Elijah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about he breaks free and his touchdowns.
Yep. Here's the thing with Mostert. Remember last season or last off season, he tried to hold out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Niners didn't blink. And then he said, "Oh, never mind." And he took that little 1 year deal.
Yeah,
He's not going to get a multi-year.
Yeah. Because do you think some other organizations may assess him, make an assessment that he may be a system running back?
He is a system running back.
Mm-hmm.
If you have zone blocking, he's a guy that hits the hole quick. And if you got that type of blocking scheme, that this is what you want your guy to do, yeah, bring him in there. He can also be a change of pace guy, but he's not a bell cow.
Yeah.
Not that big. Remember, he's only like about 205, 210.
I saw footage of Derrick Henry because he's in the AFC. I don't really watch, and I was like, oh my God, monster.
And fast. And fast.
That's
right. So they're not bell cows. Then that's not a Lynch, a Shanahan, running back.
Offense, yeah.
And he just proved again him and his father's philosophy because Elijah Mitchell was the 6th rounder and our 3rd rounder didn't hardly see the field.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as that goes, I don't know if I don't know. If he decides he wants to sign another cheap deal, we'll keep him. If not, they'll let him walk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's a priority.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's my opinion is he's not especially since if Elijah Mitchell didn't break out like he did,
then you would be worried.
Then I'd be thinking they'll try and keep him. But now they have the leverage. Say, hey, we got somebody. I'm hoping Ambry Thomas and Delamino Lenore show out in the offseason, put in the work and come to camp, ready to compete to be starters. I hope that Hufanga works on his coverage. He's an in the box guy, but he's weak in coverage. That's where he was getting burnt this. And remember, they didn't plan on using him as much. But Tart, again, he's a guy who has injury issues. Every year he's banged up. So, don't look. He may come back, but don't look for it.
Yeah.
We may go in another direction with that. Jimmy Ward, they'll probably try and keep because he was on a 1 year. Remember, a lot of these guys were on 1 year deals, but Jimmy at least is a playmaker. Mm-hmm. If he's got solid corners and he doesn't have to do a lot of coverage, if he can really be a free safety, then he's a playmaker. So we should keep him. But everybody else, Emmanuel Mosley actually is solid. We're never going to go after a lockdown corner. We're not going to have a Darrelle Revis or a Deion Sanders. We don't need them. We need a guy who can cover decently because of our superior pass rush. That's all we really need.
And catch the ball.
That's why they're DBs. That's why they're DBs. They don't catch, that often. Richard Sherman was different because he was a converted wide receiver. Mm-hmm. So he knew how to catch. So that was his advantage because he was slow. Mm-hmm. And he was smart. He was very smart. So he knew where to be all the time, But that's it. The offensive line, defensive backs, and special team, I think, is more coaching than talent-wise. Mm-hmm. But those are the 2 areas I think we need to improve. Draft, I think we're in a position for best available.
Yeah.
We literally are in, yeah, they'll be looking for DBs. Yeah, they'll be looking for offensive linemen. But hell, if another great pass rusher is available, because remember, they have to sign Ekuban, Key, DJ Jones, Contavious Street. All those guys need to be re-signed.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to decide who they're going to keep and who they're going to let go. And so all those are the things I'll be looking at. But if I'm looking at mock drafts or I'm looking at prospects, I'm going to be looking at defensive backs and offensive guards, number one. And guess what we won't be looking for this year, unless it's somebody outstanding. We won't be looking for running wide receivers. And the number one I forgot to add, we'll definitely be looking for a tight end. Because you need a backup. Mm-hmm. But they still have Jordan Matthews. He's on the practice squad all year. And remember, he just converted to tight end. So now he'll have a whole offseason to work on it. And they just signed him to a futures contract. So that means they're still going to be working with him over the offseason. That means he gets paid. He can come in and work in at the facilities and all that. So, they definitely would like to have a more athletic tight end. Dinwiddie was all right, but he's not on Kittle's level. Jordan Matthews at least could be a receiving threat. So we'll see.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
A minute left. So we'll see next year. Let's see what we could do next year. Fix that. Trey Lance, we need you to be a passer, not a runner, not somebody Kyle Shanahan's going to run to death and end up like RG3. No, we need you to pass. Use your legs to buy
Maurice,
time.
I don't make that decision, sir. Maurice, I don't make that decision.
No, use his legs to buy time, not to run. You don't want no injured player like RG3. So,
by the way, my best friend says that it was a what's the term? Basically, that it was set. That it was in the fix. It was a fix. Anyway, go Niners. Wah! I hate the Rams.